All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. So today is, of course, a very special day. For those of you who've been regularly following along and whether you've been watching the entire pod or you've been watching snippets across time. Today is, of course, the 500th upload, the 500th episode that we've been tracking. As some of you know, of course, let me just kind of let that sink in. On YouTube, this is episode number 500. And of course, this journey began even before 500 uploads. So this is like a double crown. uh, End of 2022 was when this experiment began to do a daily initially it was a daily upload of some content, but over a period of time it just became more and more clear that it was about doing this upload, meaning recording a pod every single day and um, you know sharing my thoughts on life, sharing my thoughts on the work that I do, sharing my thoughts on community, and of course on our community as it's been growing, as we've been doing the work and people showing up to really truly connect and benefit. And today was truly that red letter day moment. In fact, we just launched the iHypnosis Life Orientation, which is, as the name suggests, it's an orientation program for members of our community, whether these are members who have just joined or members who have been with us now from its inception. And it was so beautiful to get to spend this time midweek to connect, for members to get to know each other. And I know that a lot of this, has its beginnings in this one experiment, this one project, which was to record one pod or one Facebook Live or one podcast every single day. And as I said, here I stand, moving, you know, into the 500s when it comes to the uploads. And I feel um, I feel really blessed. I can definitely say that. I feel extremely lucky that, you know, um, there were enough moments in time where I could have said, like I have in the past, that, oh, this is not working. What's the point in doing this? Or nobody's watching this. Why bother showing up? But somehow, in this version of the experiment, um, I chose to keep recording, to do these daily pods no matter what. And I know that in the past, I may have done like maybe 3 consecutive days of uploading or and creating and uploading content. Or maybe still remember around COVID, I had done like about 75 days of recording and uploading some content every single day. Obviously, things were different back then, but things have moved on since then, and I have been able to get to a place in my life where I personally look forward to these daily pods, whether it is from the studio like today, or maybe if I'm traveling or whatever it be. I make it a point to do my daily journal, as I was telling my guests today on the pod, on the other pod that I also do, which is where I invite guests to come and share their coaching and their healing, or healers and coaches to share their journeys. I was telling my guest, Preeti, that for me, this is an opportunity every day to just reflect on life and, of course, to be able to share my perspective. And at some level, it is definitely therapeutic for me, but it's also sort of like, if this becomes like a touchstone for other people, other coaches and healers who are on the journey, and maybe they're going through their ups, their downs, maybe they're sort of having those moments of doubt that, am I meant to be doing this? What do I do when people don't show up? One thing I can definitely tell you is that, of course, there are the quote unquote bragging rights, but more than that, it's an opportunity to to be able to craft something that you really believe in. And like they say, do the most when people aren't looking, because later when people do show up, it's just going to feel like second nature to you. So, uh, you know, mm, as I said, we are now round about like more than 2.5 years of doing this consistently every single day. And I know that this year there's going to be a lot more, really, really amazing, powerful, positive changes that people in the community are going to be able to experience in the programs that we're doing, in the meetups that we're doing, in the retreats that we're doing, and so much more. And this is an opportunity for me. This is my personal channel where I get to share my thoughts, and I know that even if there's one word, one phrase, or one pod that can inspire you, and move the needle, or move you 1 degree closer to where you want to go, for me that's mission accomplished. Right? Everything else, as they say, is gravy, meaning everything else is a bonus. So I'll definitely take this moment to thank you. It's your energy that somewhere has willed this to come to life. And this is, of course, whether it is, when I'm in the flow of things and ideas are like, overflowing, or it's on days where I'm more sort of in my thought cave and processing and preparing for the next wave. Um, so no matter what it is, I have, and I, as I had intended to, that I do make it a point to record that pod every single day. So a big thank you to you. And of course, I would be remiss if I do not take this moment to thank people who are closest to me in my life. Definitely my mom, definitely Meena, and members of my community. And you know who you are, especially people who show up every single day, people who are rooting for me, rooting for the community. So I know that there's more to come, and I'm looking forward to um, more of these pods. And we will be, of course, as I said, adding on a few other elements as we go. And as I say, time will tell what those are. But for now, it's definitely, um, as the theme of today's pod goes, it's all about the stick-to-it-ness. So I still remember one of my mentors way back. This is in 2012. They had this little kitschy, like when you go for a birthday, you get these little uh, party favors which you take back with you, right? A thank you gift sort of a thing. So John would throw us these little coins, which was like get around to it, meaning a lot of us have this habit of, it's like, yeah, I'll get around to it. And I can definitely tell and say that, it's like 12 years later, it's more about stick to it. And this pod is definitely a reminder to me that there is this thing called stick to it. Um, it's just uh, another reminder that there's obviously something amazing happening here. So a big thank you to each of you that's watching this. And, I'm just putting this out like a message in the bottle or a time capsule, that if you happen to be watching this later or much later, uh, on the ether waves on the internet, thank you for watching it then, meaning it was recorded now, but thank you for watching it then. And I definitely look forward to seeing you in our community, especially if you haven't already joined us. If you're a healer coach, someone who is on this journey wanting to really truly reach out and make a difference in the world as a healer, as a coach, or maybe you're just at that point of your own healing journey, do reach out and join us and see if this community is truly here to serve you. And if you feel that connection, stick around. As I mentioned before, we have lots of programs coming up, not just this year, but in years to come. So thank you for all that you do. And having said all of that, of course, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And of course, I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.